Mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday night. It's the 29th of May and we are here. Pie Corner Cottage in Broadway. Didn't see that one coming, do you? Tonight, it's AEW Double or Nothing. But for the next hour and a half, we have bald-headed, double-studded candy ass belongs to Fully Loaded. We'll play some fat beats, ask some questions, answer some questions, talk some predictions if you want. But most of all, we'll play some fat tunes. Starting off with some Blackson Empire and Noisier. Check this out. So I'm going to play you an hour and 10 minutes of liquid drum and bass mix. This is about 20 minutes or so of fat stuff first before we get into it. And yeah, any questions for me? Don't have to be about wrestling, but you know, this is watching a pay-per-view in a few hours time. It'll be good, wouldn't it? Oh, and Dan's lost his fucking questions. That's a good start, isn't it? So how are you all doing this evening? You had a good weekend? Anderson Hill with our first question of the evening. Hey Mark, glad to see you doing another live Q&A. Hoping to do these every pay-per-view essentially. I was just wondering if you're still invested in the Brit Rest scene. If so, are there any feds you recommend? I'll come back to you in a second, yeah? Might well turn this off. This fucking drop is ridiculous. Yeah, unfortunately, Anderson, the whole speaking out movement a couple of years ago pretty much wrecked any interest I had in Brit Rest scene. I mean, I'd been losing interest for a while. Basically, the short version of that one I can give is that my wife still lost interest because we met at a wrestling show. You know, so when she stopped caring as much as she used to, it became a bit of a and I was going to less and less promotions, and then the whole speaking out thing happened, and I just absolutely lost interest. I know that Danny Ace, who's watching this right now, who I used to go to a lot of my shows with, he had lost interest before that, so it became a sort of a, I don't really want to do this, and now that I'm moving to Cornwall, where as far as I know there is no wrestling ever, that's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? But no, I haven't been to a live show now since before the pandemic. If you're ever wondering, I buy 30-40 tracks per mix I do. So for example, this one, there's 30 tracks in this playlist, and we normally put about 20 of them into a mix. Some of them I just can't make fit. So all the tunes you're listening to now are ones I couldn't fit into the set, which will start when I play a track called The Glow. There he is, Dan Agar. What is the one match you're hoping for at the Forbidden Door show? Personally, I'll take Danielson versus Shingo. I mean, that'd be amazing. Personally, just from a work rate point of view, I want to see Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. I would absolutely freaking love to see that match. anyone needs updating, my wife and I, we moved down to Cornwall last December. We were meant to be there for 2 months because we were having a house, moving house, and we ended up not buying the house and not coming home until last week. So we're up in Broadway for 3 weeks now. We're going back on the 9th of June. That's ridiculous. The amount of people we meet and go, oh, I'd love to do that, and we're actually doing it. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Playing some fat beats, aren't we? Bloody hell, amazing tunes. And I've got so many good tunes coming up for you lads. Anderson's asking, as he's commented, I must ask, might as well ask, sorry. Aside from each other, do you or Dan speak to anyone from the UBW days? Scary to think it was 13 years ago, but isn't it just? Dan and I talk every day. As far as from my side, Dan's the only person. We had in 2019, it was starting to look quite likely we were going to do a 10-year anniversary. We wanted to do either a one-off show, which turned into let's just do a meet and greet. Because do you remember at that time Dan and I were doing the UBW Chronicles, and then the Aussies came along and started doing the the UBW retro review thing, which was amazing. Having people do a podcast about our little promotion. But then it was. I think Dan and I, we did UBW to death because for I'll come back to this in a sec. Hang on. Yeah, so for example, I was meant to be on a couple of the Erts, and so that meant that because I wanted to have my knowledge as I wanted to make sure everything was fresh in my mind. I literally watched everything we ever made, from recalls to unreleased footage to everything. And Dan and I watched a lot of UBW in that time as well. And I think it just became after that all sort of died down and like the reunion wasn't going to happen, it became a lot of I don't think I want to watch this again for a while. Interestingly, I had a couple of messages from the former PS2 Peter, aka Mr. Insano. We had a couple of messages back and forth about a month ago, because he was like, reunion this year sort of thing, and then it's just I tried to organise it and no one wanted to do it, so Manny says, I've got some egg tunes in my playlists because of you, dude. Glad you're doing good. That's really nice, thank you. I always say about these mixes is that I make them for me, and if anyone else listens to them and likes them, good for you, that sort of thing. I listen to literally the set I'm going to play you. I'm going to play you 2 more tracks, right, after Get Moving. There's going to play a track called The Glow. That's the start of the set that I'm planning playing for you tonight. And I've listened to that set 3 times today. I went for a really long run earlier on. I listened to it on that. I listened to it while I was walking out. I listened to it on my Aftershocks. Well, we had our friends over earlier. Listen to my mixes so much, honestly. Hey Jigsaw, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Look, dude, I listen to D&B and Jungle. I love all these tunes. There you are, Manny D. There you are. You're loving this, right? Listen to this. Dan says, I had some great times with the lads in UBW. The meetups we did with the shows was like a group of mates getting together who all shared the same passion for wrestling. People just move on in life, and that's fair. I think one of the things that me and Mr. Insano said in that conversation I had recently was that the reasons that we fell out was so trivial and so nothing. You know, we look at it as adults and just go, what the fuck was wrong with us? You know, but yeah, that's right, isn't it? Went to ask you, Jigsaw. You said, "See my team get promoted today. What a day!" And I actually went to say, "What's your team?" Idiot! If you can't see, his badge is a Nottingham Forest badge. I'm gonna guess it's those guys. Maddie's session with a bottle of Smirnoff Ice in my room. I've got a lovely kind of monster, which is 3. I've got a what's this one? It's a Skittles. Delta 8 cartridge, and I have a 50mg D8 gummy, which I'm going to have in about 5 minutes. I would agree with that statement, by the way. I'm not the biggest football fan as I used to be, but Nottingham Forest were a Premiership team for the longest time when I was or a First Division team for the longest time when I was a boy. So yeah, having them not in the Premiership has been a bit odd, isn't it? It's like there's certain teams that I think, like Sheffield Wednesday, for example. I don't even know if they're in the Premiership right now. That's how fucking little attention I play to football these days. Remember how much of a massive Liverpool fan I was back in the day? But yeah, I just don't really care anymore. But yeah, they're examples of teams that I just think of because mid-90s, like the height of my, because I was a teenager, so football mattered to me and the lads, you know. So they're teams that I think of that are obviously Premiership. Leeds United, I know they are in the Premiership, aren't they? They're another one that just went down for ages. Anyway, mix is about to start. Well, I mean, I know we've been mixing properly for ages, we know. Charleston Athletic, actually, yeah, great one. 23 years, fucking hell, wow. Right, so if you like everything you hear from now on, if you look in the description below, there's a link to my Mixcloud and a link to this set on Spotify as well. So you can listen to this on Spotify, which still blows my mind that they've let me do it. I would have thought I would have got copyrighted to buggery, to be honest, but I haven't had anything yet. So there's quite a few of my mixes on Spotify as well, which is amazing. And I normally put our Q&As as well, and the WrestleMania Q&As went on there, which is nuts. And of course all the SWATs are on there that Dan and I did last year and the year before. They're all on there as well if you ever want to go and listen to me waffling on. Anyway, listen to this.
The glow around.
let's do it. So, yeah, Jigsaw's asking what the MJF situation now. What's the MJF situation now? This all feels like a massive work. So apparently he didn't show up to... This is the thing, I don't read dirt sheets anymore. So it's one of those, okay, I saw a couple of things on Twitter. I was like, oh, come on, I'll have to go and have a look at this one, just in case it came up on tonight. Apparently no-showed a meet and greet and then refused to get on a flight to Las Vegas or something like that. Something like that, I heard. So it becomes this is all short a massive way. Yeah, they're only not getting he's asking for more money. And this is all to do with contracts and all sorts of things. And I don't know. It just feels very counterproductive when you have, especially when you have, you know, a 13-match card for the night, isn't it? Something like that. It just feels very, very odd. And it feels like, so maybe it's because I'm just such an old fan now that it just screams work to me. What do you guys reckon? Right, so I'll do this transition and then we'll have a look at the card as well if you like. We'll do some predictions.
Around your face,
That bass line, oof.
the glow. Around your face, the glow. I'm very near, and I can hear the thunder.
Jigsaw's just saying, seems like a work, surely. MJF is next in line for the belt. Seems stupid if true. I would agree with that 100%. I think Punk's winning tonight, as I'll talk about in a second. I think MJF is heir to the throne sort of thing. People keep saying about him going to the Fed in 2024. It's like, but surely he would be awful in the Fed. I think people don't realise just how small he is. So compared to something like The Miz, for example, he looked like a fucking midget. Plus, he wouldn't have the creative freedom, would he? He wouldn't be able to do the promos that he does at the moment in the Fed, so the character just wouldn't work, I think. But maybe that's just me. Jigsaw Kid 95, he also said 90s football hits different, wish I was born a decade earlier. I was born in 1982 and I've often said that I think I was born at exactly the right time, because we still got, I had a childhood and teenage years where I didn't have mobile phones, and so I've been able to sit and watch the transition to a world where you can have a conversation with someone like, are you listening to a word I'm saying, mate? I'm like, fuck off. You know, I'm turning into an old man. I turned 40 in August, lads. 40. The fuck is that? Jesus. Anyway, this is Starfall by Subliminal. Freaking love this tune. let's have a look at this ridiculous card, shall we? Sorry, I forgot about that beat. On the pre-show, it's Hook and Danhausen versus Smart Mark Sterling, which is a name I wish I'd thought of so very much. I could have been Smart Mark Pearson, and that just would have been, I'd have been the greatest YouTuber ever then, wouldn't I? And Tony's. Yeah, tell me what you think about Danhausen, right? Let me know in the comments, because I freaking love Danhausen. One of my biggest problems in wrestling at the moment is we don't have enough characters. And if you think about, Danny Ace will tell you, oh, like characters, blah, blah, blah. It's got to be all about mat wrestling. It's like, but I would argue, like the first thing he saw was WrestleMania 18. And the match he was drawn to was the build-up for Undertaker versus Kane. It's like, they're characters. There's no work rate with the appeal for that match is not that, oh, this is going to be a wrestling classic. Need more characters in wrestling. One of the things that since I stopped doing reviews, it's one of the things that I realised I missed about wrestling so much from when I was a boy. It's not the fact that I believed it was real. It's just that I was drawn to characters. Danhausen is a fantastic character. And I think the more people who don't get that character, okay, don't know what the fuck he's doing. Brilliant, I love it. I think it's fucking great. I'm actually really looking forward to that match. It's got to be Hook and Danhausen, no, it's absolutely got to be. Okay, I'm taking these from Wikipedia, so don't tell me off about the order. So next up is Darby Allin versus Kyle O'Reilly in a not really that fussed match. I think Kyle O'Reilly is one of the people whose stock has fallen for me since he went to AEW. I'm not really that fussed about him or Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, or say quite Adam Cole's really a bit of a. I kind of wish they hadn't gone to AEW, so they had a few more AEW originals in their spot. At the same time, the Red Dragon and Bucks storyline, especially when Omega comes back. I'm not really fussed about this match. This is a potential no match break for me. Believe it or not, I just don't think the styles are going to work together at all. Not one for me at all, I'm afraid. I think we'll give it to Allin. Why not? Next, Anna Jay versus Jade Cargill in another not really that fussed about match. It's for the TBS Championship. Some of the girls are banned from ringside, which just adds some intrigue to it, I suppose. But I'm really not that fussed about that. Jade Cargill has come on in leaps and bounds. I can't deny that, and I can't deny that she has charisma. But yeah, it doesn't really do anything for me. I think Jade will retain. Sorry to sound like a civil record, but the House of Black versus Death Triangle and another, I'm not really fussed about this one. This feud seems to have been going on forever. I'm sure in ring, this one will be decent with the people that are in the ring. You can't really go wrong with it, but I'm just not really sure that much. And another one whose stock I think has fallen is House of Black. Sorry, Malachi Black. I do apologise. Yeah, he's one that when he first came in, is one of those, oh wow, this is gonna be so great. I know this guy can go, and there's gonna put good matches on. And yeah, it's just the whole House of Black thing really doesn't do anything for me, I'm afraid. Which is not because I've just been talking about characters. I've just this moment been talking about characters, and now I'm talking about another character, and just me. I know I don't make sense. I'm fully aware of this. Hey, you're the one watching me, right? What the fuck is it you talking about? Gentle Jesus, am I actually interested in this pay-per-view at all or not? Next one, frick. So it's America's Top Team versus Sammy Guevara, Frankie Kazarian, and Tay Conti. Now this Tay Conti and Sammy thing, oh my god, it is turn off heat for me. It is just like, no, this is not the way that these two should be booked at all. Why the hot potato in the TNT Championship between Sammy and Scorpio Sky, I've no idea. Can I just point out, that's 4 straight matches I've talked about where I've just gone, meh. I said to Danny Ace today on a WhatsApp message, like, there are a lot of smoke breaks on this card, guys. Okay, next, the dream match to... There must be someone out there. Bucks versus Hardys. 5 years ago in Ring of Honor, I bet this was incredible. Nowadays, the Hardys have not looked good in their run. I think. I mean, Jeff's having all right matches, just nothing special matches. And I mean, that match he had with Darby the other week was just like, oh damn. Big bumps that I'm sure they wanted to do, but just like on just a throwaway TV match, mate. Because it was a new tournament, so showing that it matters. And of course, Jeff Hardy was one of the few men still wrestling who wrestled Owen, so you know it kind of makes sense. But so it's one of those matches that I think if the Bucks have got their working boots on, then it could be decent. I must say, I loved them dressing up as the Hardys on Rampage this week, and then I loved Brandon Cutler dressing as Lita. That was fucking genius. I really like that. I like the way they had Gangrel. I really like that, and then I like the way that the New Brood were able to pose at the end. It's like, hey, do you remember the New Brood? Like, yeah, we're just together for like 10 seconds, something like. Really reading the room there, aren't you, Danny Ace? Idiot. Yeah, you're right. Matt Jackson doing the falling off the top rope, amazing. Absolutely, yeah. Couldn't do that. I mean, that made me more. That bit made me more excited about this match than anything else. Trust me. The Jericho Appreciation Society versus the Blackpool Combat Club. On paper, decent. I love the Blackpool Combat Club. Really think they're great. So yeah, I can't see this one being a bad one at all. I think I'd give the win to Blackpool Combat Club. If you want to add any members to them, who would you do? Because the best stables of you've got a manager. Well, I'm thinking like JJ fucking Dillon and the Four Horsemen. There was actually 5 of them, wasn't there? So one more. Who would you put in? Would you put a girl in there? I mean, I know she's injured, but legit Layla Hirsch, she'd be good. I mean, she's fucked up for ACL, isn't she? But if you were gonna add one member in, then now there's an interesting one. We'll talk about that in a second. Jigsaw. says, I'd swap Yuta for Garcia. That's clever. Like that. With Me by Hoxie, and we're going into a really nice little tune. This is a Night Trail. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's on the back trail. Night Trails by Subliminal, and how would you say that? Solar? That's how I'd say that. How about you? I'm really sorry. I'm going to sound like I just couldn't give a damn about tonight. Britt Baker and Ruby Soho, man. Oh, man, I don't give a shit. Do you? Honestly? I think Ruby Soho has been such a disappointment since she went to AEW. So I think Britt Baker, literally, that she peaked when she won the championship, and literally had the championship for so long where you're just like, I don't care. But I like you as a wrestler. I like your character to a point where you're much of the... yeah, Ruby Soho though made a debut. It's like, oh my gosh, Ruby. Yeah, I've always heard she's a great worker. I've always heard she's really good in the ring. So let's see it without the constraints of the Fed. And every freaking match she's had, I've just come away from going, well, that was right, wasn't it? Nothing else, Samoa Joe versus Adam Cole should be decent in the ring, shouldn't it? It's the final to the Owen thing. I mean, I don't know who you would want to give it to. Let's go with Cole and Cole and Soho. Why not? Because Britt Baker doesn't need a win for the Owen, does she? So yeah, let's go with Adam Cole and Adam Cole versus screw finish. Ruby Soho clean. How's that sound? Yeah, all right, then, I'll give you that one. The one with Thunder Rosa recently, well, was of course a good match. I can't deny that. And yes, you've just said Hayter's the best woman on the roster, and I have to think about that. Really fast little transitions here, I'm afraid, guys, so I won't be talking for a second. But we've still got 3 matches left to talk about, right? before we go on, Dan's asked, would you rather see Cole versus Paige or Joe versus Punk 4 for the belt? The thing is, if we go for Punk versus Joe 4, man, that's a match that they have got a lot to live up to. And you find a lot of times when there's been time between the matches. Think about Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio, Halloween Havoc 97. We all love it, don't we? Amazing match. When they announced they were going to do that match at WrestleMania in 2005, it's like, well, that's what it's got to live up to. The AJ Styles and Nakamura, exactly the same. It just can't live up to it. Right, so one of the big ones have got to be MJF versus Wardlow, which once again AEW has done an absolutely beautiful job of booking. The booking of this match has been fucking brilliant. Cannot deny that one, can we? If they want to make a star, they have Wardlow win and have him win clean. I don't know. There's just part of me that if they want MJF to be heir to the throne, do they give the win to him? Tricky one, isn't it? But here's one. Ready? Wrestling 101 dictates that Wardlow wins, right? So that's what we'll go with. So next up we've got Serena Deeb, Jesus Mark, challenging Thunder Rosa for the Women's Championship. Two talented wrestlers. I like watching Serena Deeb. I believe it or not, I think Professor Gimmick's decent. Yeah, this should be really good, shouldn't it? I'm fully expecting Thunder Rosa to win. And then, of course, the big one is your and mine main event, CM Punk challenge. CM Punk challenging Hangman Page. Anyone else think the Hangman's title reign hasn't been great? I think it's a classic thing of why I always say, and have done for so long, I like heel champions, and that's because the thrill of the chase, once you've got the capture, they're just another guy. Does that make sense? So it's funny, I like a champion, a face champion. It's like, just get the belt off him now and do the chase again. so I know, it's so weird. I'm just a weird guy, you know that. As to who's going to win, at first I think it's going to be fantastic. B, I don't think I'm going to be awake for it because this is going to end at 6 in the morning. And I must say, it's one of my big bugbears with AEW shows that they are way too long, in my opinion. Don't know if else agrees with that one, but I know that every AEW show that I've watched with my good friend Dan, I have fallen asleep at least at some point on every single one, and then sort of I've been like, oh, right, carry on, you know, sort of thing. Because yeah, I don't. If you're gonna do 4-hour pay-per-views, you could just do like one every 2 months instead of one every 4, and make take an hour off each one. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I think the money is on Punk to win, and that's who I'm going to go with. I think Hangman's reign has been a bit of a disappointment, if I'm honest, and I think. Yeah, I don't think anyone would mind if he lost a bit of ownership this one. What do you think? Alright. That's interesting. Jigsaw 95 saying it's Wiki doesn't have a match listed anymore. And he also says, as a massive MMA fan, I struggle to take CM Punk seriously now, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, I get that entirely. I really do. I think as wrestling fans, we are able to suspend our disbelief, aren't we? So while Punk's in the ring, I don't think about his failed MMA career. I just think about that. I think this guy is still a phenomenal wrestler, sports entertainer, whatever you want to call it, you know. But trust me, I get it. I do. Don't know if anyone's paying attention, but this will be the third Matt View track I play in this set. Be there. Just really falling in love with this music at the moment. Sorry, that was a tiny bit out, wasn't it? I'm really sorry about that. Jigsaw says his MJF feud was great. I was talking about CM Punk here. Was great, but there's just something nagging at me when he tries to act tough. Yeah, again, as you said, if you're an MMA fan, literally you'll remember his very short, very brutal MMA career. Was it brutal? I don't remember. But yeah, the matches weren't long, were the fights? Sorry, not matches. The fights weren't long, were they? Yeah, so if you didn't see, this was the guy who, when he last tried to act tough in real life, got the shit smashed out of him. So look at you trying to be tough now. Yeah, I get it. It makes perfect sense, honestly. Manny D, wholeheartedly agree. I only discovered his music since I last did a mix, so what, WrestleMania, and just, wow, absolutely loving everything I can find of his at the moment. Jigsaw says, still respect him as a wrestler, but he's not been my first choice to say the belt off Hangman though. Well, in that case, my friend, who would be your first choice, and why, and when? Very good, Manny. Very good. Manny's asking if Kevin Nash was going to wrestle tonight, how many bumps would he take? Which is a lovely throwback to a little joke that I used to say. And of course the answer would be 3.
This structure, but of course the question is this a structure of space, or is it a structure of the human nervous system, the human brain and human thought, which is projected onto the external world as a tool for measurement? This is one way of approaching the problem, but there's another way altogether, which is to consider space as anything but nothing. If space is basic to all that we experience, as time
Manny's are saying, my D is saying, dude, I still watch your reviews to this day, man. That's a statement that actually makes my head hurt, because it's the, but why? I haven't got anything better to do with your time, sort of thing. Because of course I just don't see the entertainment factor, because I don't hate listening to my own voice, for example. Good memories and humour there. I mean, I don't know, there are bits of them that make me laugh still, so, And also, if Dan and I have watched a match that I've reviewed, I do like going back, see what my star rating I gave to it. Would you do a one-off review one day, or are you retired from doing reviews? So, I tried doing some reviews a few years ago, didn't I? I tried to do the 2005 shows for the 10 years ago, and I just felt like it was very forced. So the videos that I do with Dan, where we're just talking about one particular topic, and just no script, no anything like that. Hang on. Those feel natural and they feel easy, and they don't feel like a chore. Also, the thing about I've said a few times on when I've been doing these Q&As is that reviewing wrestling makes you look at it in a certain way. So you're deliberately being critical of things that normally you're just like, I don't give a shit. But you think, you're trying to sound like a smart fan, or you're trying to sound like you know everything. And sometimes that clouds your judgment thing. I always use the Hulk Hogan versus Rock match from WrestleMania 18 as a prime example of, dude, you were wrong that day when you reviewed that. Because I went into it with sorry, these headphones have an echo in them, I'm sure of it. But I went into that with the smart fan and the work rate fan of a match that realistically, as a wrestling match, isn't that brilliant. Watching it back a few years later, and then watching it back when Dan and I watched it a few years ago, and going, this match is bloody incredible. This is a 5-star match. I gave it 2 stars on my 10 years ago review. Just to stop it. Stop doing that. Whereas the SWATs, the screwdriver with a twist even, that Dan and I do, are just fun to do. As long as we've had a couple where we've had a bit of a dud topic and it just didn't work. But for the most part, like the WrestleMania episode that we did is so entertaining that I listen to that to this day when I'm running. I've got them, they're all on Spotify, you see, all the episodes. So I actually listen to those when I'm running, and this makes me sound like the saddest person in the world. I argue with the things that I say, because as wrestling fans, your opinions change on things, and there are a couple of things, like on the WrestleMania review, I'm listening running and going blah blah blah, or like Dan will set me up for a question, and I'll press the my aftershocks, just press the button, and I answer what I think I'm going to say. I'm so freaking weird. Gosh, I was too busy telling you that story that I almost missed me spot there, and I managed to get it just in. And I have to hope that this, because I've got a list of where the crossfader needs to be, or all these tracks, and I was like, oh, please be 50-50. Yeah, it fucking was. Well done, Mark. I really do love doing the SWAT. We haven't done one since I moved to Cornwall, because I haven't had my PC down there, and my little laptop that I'm doing this on. It's all right for the work that I do, because as you know, Liz and I work from home, but it's just not powerful enough for what we need. Some of the SWATs have got minimal editing, and some of them have got quite a lot, but we'd be able to do it as an audio thing, and I just don't want that, because there are so many years that I did the 10 years ago, and I didn't ever put photos when I was on them, of things I was talking about, and looking at it now, it's like, why didn't you do that? I was so frightened of copyright. Nowadays, YouTube seems to be a lot more lax about copyright things, like the way we're doing this, and the mix stays online, whereas 2 years ago, we wouldn't have got this far into the mix without getting shut down. It just wouldn't have happened.
Our footsteps walk through empty roads as our direction turns to home.
I think the best thing to say is never say never, and if I'm honest with you, mate, if you're still enjoying my videos, that's ridiculous and amazing, and I love it, and you're that guy when I look at my views and go, who's still watching me? I mean, I still get thousands of views a month, which I'm baffled by. Unless it's Danny Ace just sitting there every day, like just 24 hours, you know.
Back to the sun. As we dance, the lights keep burning.
Do you think a limmer? Dan and I still call hammers limmers to this day because of that fuck up, and that is a swear on my life true story. That's why that's just popped me so much. To this day, we still call hammers limmers. We call them limmers in front of people who have no idea what we're talking about, and they're looking at us like, what is wrong with you two? As we're falling about laughing. Fantastic. Well done, you.
Back to the sun. We go back to the sun. There's a beat still pulsing through everyone. We go back
That was a superb comment, honestly. I really like that.
Too good to be true, our worlds collide. And now I understand why I spent so long on the other side.
I love it when I get asked questions like this. Just out of curiosity, does Gilmore still bother you? That's a very good question. I wish it had a more interesting answer, I truly do. I wish I could go, aha, it's funny you mentioned that. Unfortunately, no. I haven't even checked in on Gilmore for at least 5 minutes. No, I'm joking. I looked in on him about a year ago, still making vids, still gets 50 views, still has a terrible webcam. Just like all the things like, well, look, if it makes you, look, this is the thing, I'm just saying, if that makes you happy, good for you. If 50 views a time and an hour-long review to talk about an episode of wrestling is what you like to do with your time, good for you. I'm too chilled these days, lads. I just couldn't get into wars and shoots and all the stuff that I used to do unless I really did get bothered by something. I can't think of anything that would bother me at all, even close to those sort of things, you know.
Now I understand why I spent so long on the other side.
Just got me thinking there, so what wrestling do I watch on YouTube these days? So I watch the What Culture stuff for the ups and downs because I really like Simon Miller. I like Simon Miller's personal page as well, OSW is a given. I took far too long to discover. Hang on a second, that's out, isn't it? What's just happened? I messed that up. I can't get them all right. That just didn't sound right at all, did it? Sorry, lads. Yeah, I discovered Wrestling Bios far too late, which means that I've spent a lot of time this year absolutely binging that guy. And you know, now I think about it, I think that's about it for YouTube at least. I can't think of anyone else. And yes, Dan, I am a complete jobber for that. I don't know why that one fucked up. It was the beat was out, wasn't it? And it's one of those, I can't make that right. So let's stop with the track. Fuck it.
With the signs, it is like addiction. Ain't I loving you?
I have got 5 tracks left, right? And then we're going to go and watch some pre-show, I reckon. Match of the night prediction. That's a good question. I mean, you've got to say the main event. You've got to say Punk versus Page, but I don't know, man. I think the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Blackpool Combat Club could be a surprise. I think Deeb versus Rosa could be a surprise. I mean, Adam Cole versus Mojo shouldn't be bad, should it? It shouldn't be a bad match. So, I mean, the matches that I'm looking forward to, I think all of them could be match of the night. It's just, I really worry about this one. There's just too much filler on it and too much fluff that I'm just like, eh. But, yeah, you've got to say that main event should be match of the night, shouldn't it?
And I know I shouldn't love you. And I know I shouldn't. With the signs, it is like addiction. Ain't I loving you? I just can't control, and I won't let go of you this time. No.
Manny, just while I think about it, I've started putting my 10 years ago episodes onto Spotify. So I'm converting them into audio files and putting them on there. There's only 3 on there at the moment, but I'm hoping to put like one on every 2 weeks. Just thought it might be nice to have, if people wanted to listen to them, like on the run or something like that. You do in your personal life, if you wanted to listen to them instead of watch them. And it just means it's somewhere else, just in case the YouTube channel gets shut down, you know? paying something like £10 a month to be able to host the SWATs, and even if there are no listens to you, I've still got to pay for it. So I just thought, why don't I start putting other content on there as well? So might as well, I don't know. And then when mixes of mine have stayed on, I've just gone, I'm sure I was going to get taken down, isn't it? No, maybe it's because no one listens to them. Doesn't bring them to the attention of the copyright police, That is a very good question again. Well done, dude. A Dynavape. I have not had the pleasure yet, but I really want to try one. Man, I've heard nothing but good stuff, so I really would like one. I've got a. Oh, of course, it's not hand, is it? I've got a little handheld vaporizer that I use quite a lot, but no, a Dynavape I really would like to try. That's so cool, honestly, mate, that's really great, I love that. Says he's added all the tunes you've played to my recent playlist, man, keep them coming, so good. Fucking side, what is wrong with me? Yeah, I really would like to get a Dynavape. Like I say, I've been using this for a while, and like I said, I've got a dry herb vape, so I really want to give dabbing a try as well. I am a freaking lightweight though when it comes to blazing. That's why I smoke D8 instead of D9, just because D9 just messes me up too much these days, whereas D8 gives me a really nice calm high. And these are D8 gummies that I was eating earlier on. Yeah, a dab rig. I'm intrigued by, properly intrigued. I don't know. I feel like it might be too much, you know. Lads, would you like me to keep playing or what? I've got 2 tracks left after this one, alright? But I could transition into something else if you want. While the pre-show's on, let me know in the chat. I know that Danny Ace has just said he would, so I can do if you want. That sounds like a plan, doesn't it? Play some tunes till about 1:15 and a fat joint. That's a great idea. why not? Let's play some bangers for half an hour, shall we? Let's start with this one. This is ridiculous. Like your drum and bass, you'll know this one. This tune changed my life. I do not exaggerate that. Literally one of the first drum and bass tunes I ever heard. Blew my fucking head off. I still to this day love it. It's still an absolute banger. And no, that is one of my it's just in raw paper. Yeah, that's one of mine. Just put up quite as fat. Just long and straight. That's classic me. And they're a mix of so sour blueberry kush, CBD flower, and some Cascade Kush D8 flower. So in a 1-to-1 ratio, gets me just nicely stoned. Anyway, what about these? That's so cool. What's the best daytime smoke? Goodness me, that's a question, isn't it? Best daytime smoke has got to be something that's a decent sativa on it. Anything indica is just going to ruin you and make you sit down and not do anything. So you need something that's a really good. And so I've got to go with the Old Faithful, and that's AK-47. It's my favourite ever strain. Not good for not good at this. It's a hang on a sec. Hang on. Listen to this. Manny mate, barbecue Pringles are the best, aren't they? My friend brought me some round on Wednesday night. It was like, after expressly being told, don't buy Pringles. Not only does he turn up with Pringles, but he turns up with my favourite flavour. What a dick. Jack Herer, if that's how you say it. That's how I've always thought it. That is a beautiful strain. Well said, dude. See, for me, OG Kush is the one. And for that, when it comes to CBD flower, it's Legendary OG is the one. With it was always Bubba's Truck Stop, but recently it's become Bubba Funk. That stuff is magic, man. But again, that's a very heavy. I'm not going to do anything until I'll sort of smoke. Legendary OG is like that. I have a Legendary OG one on a Friday night after work, and it's my first joint of the weekend. It's always I know I'm doing nothing for next hour. May have answered that for you. No, because that's the ones I'm on about there are just all like, no, I'm not doing nothing. Late night walk. Oh, BackyardWrestlingLink.com says, sup dude, I enjoy your backyard wrestling videos. I added you to my site. Well, I'll be damned. I really hope that you... Yeah, I'm really glad you like them. They are very, very old now. We did UBW. God, UBW is all about again. We did UBW back in 2009, 2010. And then there was the reunion show in 2011, and then if you want to count it, and I absolutely do, I don't think Dan does, but Bounce for Glory, if you've never seen that show, please go watch that. It doesn't half make me happy. If you're wondering why, I felt that I could never have the match that I really wanted to in EBW, so I went and sort of fixed all the things I wanted to do, and just had a really good story-driven match that just happened to be happening on the Bounce Castle. You know, suspend your disbelief, remember? Watch this. Okay, I've got one for you, Jigsaw. As I say, I smoke more CBD flower than regular marijuana. My favourite CBD flower for a late night walk is one called Purple Emperor. Okay, I get it from Belifa.com. It's really tasty. It's got a lot of rose terpenes in it, so it tastes like Turkish Delight, and it's so nice. And what I do is I get some. There's a guy called Moonbar Guy. Okay, he sells CBD hash for so cheap, like 35 quid for a half ounce of this stuff. It's like ridiculous. It's really good. And so I get some Grandaddy Purple hash, and I mix that in with the Purple Emperor to get a Grandaddy Purple Emperor joint. It's heaven for a late night walk with the sun going down. Perfect. Give that a try. could have been wank, but I've saved it, I think. Try this.
Drum and bass, bring me fire, P them. Listen, my DJ, bring me fire, P them. All of the ravens, bring me fire, P them. Fire, P them. Fire, fire. Drum and bass, bring me fire, P them. Listen, my DJ, bring me fire, P them. All of the ravens, bring me fire, P, fire, P, fire, P them.
Yeah, that's one of my absolute favourites, man. Love that. I've got this, this is a pink lemonade CBD cartridge I get from a company called Highkind. It's really tasty. It's one of these ones where it's like, that's a bit too nice, you know? One of those. Don't last long. Manny's asking, if you were MJF, what would you do? Now, do you mean like, would I go to the Fed or tonight or what do you mean, Moss?
Drum and bass, bring me fire, P them. Listen, my DJ, bring me fire, P them. All of the ravens, bring me fire, P them. Fire, P them. Drum and bass, bring me fire, P them. Listen, my DJ, bring me fire, P them. All of the ravens, bring me fire, P them. Fire, P them.
Cheers for sticking around for so long, my dear. I've really enjoyed chatting with you, man. Really, really enjoyed that. I hope to see you again, man. Take it easy, dude. Just making sure you're still there, Danny.
Take the power of her, so this guy's a fool.
enough and watch this.
Not sure what to put on next. Especially as the pre-show is starting, boys and girls, and we want to mix Hockhausen, would we? Oh no. We can't end it on Crush It, can we? It's far too heavy. Or can we? I will be doing a mix for Forbidden Door, yes, I will. Hopefully I'll be back in St. Ives by then, so I can continue the St. Ives sessions like these sets have been. Some have been good, some have been bad. It's hit and miss, isn't it? With these, it's why I can't do mixing live like proper DJs can. You know, my sets are all so tightly scripted, as it were. Literally, if I could show you my notes, I would. I've got points of where to start it, where to start fading it here, start fading it there, make it louder there. It's ridiculous. So of course, when it's just guesswork, like, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna play you this one. This is my last track of the night, lads. happening. I don't know. Yeah, we'll keep going for a bit. Okay, why not? What? When that match comes starts, I will just stop. Bye.
since change is inevitable, we should direct the change rather than simply continue to go through the change.
stick with me and makes me know that this is happening, then I relate it to people, the movement of people, the same rhythm of people talking and moving. Then I take that and make a whole production out of it. and dreaming, 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 dreaming.
you.